Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we are back again with episode 16 of Fun But Impractical. If you are catching this video kind of late, do make sure to check out the rest of the episodes in the series. There's a lot of fun and quirky stuff, interesting mechanics. But in this video we're going to be checking out how Blade does against Realm of Legends Wolverine. So first things first fight, we're going to be checking out 5-star Blade, and then we're going to switch up gears a bit, change tactics, and going to use a 4-star Blade against this Wolverine. So one thing to mention, I am running max deep wounds, max despair mastery, and also Black Panther Civil War synergy that increases bleed damage by 25%. So basically the goal of this fight is parry him as much as possible and launch level 3s, because level 3s for all abilities essentially counts as a one hit. It has a slight chance to trigger the healing, which we offset partially with our bleeds and despair mastery. There was a small slip up there. I think that's the only slip up in this fight, but yeah, the point is we are going to be shooting off level 3s. For most part, level 3 in itself do not really trigger that regen too often. I think it's only going to be a couple of times he triggers his regeneration, but anything outside of that, we're just relying on our parries and blades power gain mechanic while opponent is bleeding. So basically we are going to be parrying this Wolverine as many times as needed till we get 3 bars of power, drop our level 3 and start all over again. So yeah, there are going to be no hits landed on this Wolverine in like an actual combat. As you can see by our hit meter, only hits that we do inflict on this guy are the 7 hits each time we launch a special attack, special 3 attack. But outside of special 3, we won't be attacking Wolverine at all whatsoever. And as we can see here, he really isn't getting his regeneration procs pretty much ever. There was one at the beginning, and outside of that I think that's about it. And even if he does get his regen on, a lot of that regen is mitigated with our bleeds, with despair mastery, so I'm not too worried. As we can see, few level 3s in and he's already at half health. So this obviously is not the fastest or easiest way how to kill Wolverine, hence the Impractical but Fun series. However, just because I'm featuring Blade in this series, or any other champions for that matter, does not mean I think the champions themselves are impractical. That means that the things I am doing with them in these videos can definitely be done in some more efficient ways. And every time I post an Impractical video, I get a comment like, yeah, but Dr. Voodoo is practical, or Rogue is a practical champion, or whatever. And once again, that's not the point. Just because these are Impractical series does not mean that I consider these champions to be impractical. The things I do with them, however, I do consider to be impractical, because, well, flat out there are many better, easier ways how to solve these fights. But let's focus back on the fight. So Wolverine is at 20%. We are going to be dropping another level 3. As we can see, each level 3 does only like 1 or 2% damage to him, so it's like 8k, but the bleeds that are coming associated with it are massive. They are really long, 3 bleeds on Wolverine. So that's the kind of main thing, because the more bleeds an opponent, the faster we gain power, the faster we can get back up to level 3, and the more damage we deal. So here he's at 9%. We did proc a bleed, but we did proc a regen, but most of that regen was negated by our bleeds and stuff, so that wasn't like a big deal at all whatsoever. So here is gonna be special attack number 11 in this combo. I think there were 2 before that, so I think we totally did about 13 special attacks or something like that. Yeah, I believe that adds up to be 13 special attacks. But now another fight, and this fight we're using a 4-star Blade. We're gonna change tactics. Now this fight I am gonna make a couple of slip-ups, because there is one kind of important and tricky bit for this fight, and that is straight after your level 3 you do need to clock whether you have a stun proc on opponent or you do not. Otherwise you're gonna get hit by his level 2 a lot. And strategy for this fight is gonna be somewhat similar but a bit different. We're just gonna be going absolutely aggressive on this guy, stacking up as many bleeds as we can using our level 3 attacks, because with them each time we shoot level 3 attack we get 3 guaranteed bleeds on opponent that last for a whole long duration and do a good amount of damage. and we have a chance to stun the Wolverine for basically length of 2 combos. And if he has a lot of bleeds on him, 2 combos is more than enough time for Blade to actually build up back to level 3. So as you can see here, so 10 bleeds, we're absolutely gaining that power. So now we took a level 2 in a block, not a big deal. As I said before, I will make a few more slip-ups, but pretty much majority of this fight is going to be in between level 3 animations. So because of the way this fight was going on, I recorded this my lunch break when I was smoking outside and stuff like that, so I didn't really pay all that much attention to it, just because I had so much kind of free time in this fight because of all the level 3s. Here was mistake number 1. I shot my level 2 by accident. It was meant to be level 3. I pressed my special button too early, and Wolverine blocked my level 2, and then I got a bit confused and I ate his level 2. So that's mistake number 1. There are going to be 2 more later on, but for now we just need to do our best to get back in our rhythm, spam level 3s, get as many bleeds as we can on him. Most I think we can get is about 12-13 bleeds, so 3 times each special attack gives him 3 bleeds, so we can get 12 bleeds, so it's like 4 times 3 with that. And then in the middle, if you manage to land a parry on an opponent, then that's basically the 13th bleed. So that is where we can cap out there. But as we can see, we gain a massive power gain from shooting our level 3 attacks. Basically every 2 combos we are able to launch a special 3, or not even that, because we don't actually have to get a combo an opponent, we just need to be close to him. So sometimes if I don't get an opening, I just attack Wolverine's block and wait for my power to fill up to 3 bars of power, and that is also good enough. So now we are about 1/3 of the fight in, so it did take a while. I believe original fight length was about 8-9 minutes. But here, so he was at 9 bleeds. Now we're gonna launch a level 3, so that's gonna put him to 12 bleeds, and we're just chipping away. He has pretty much no chance because he's spending most of the time under stun or sitting out level 3 animations. So this is actually like a fairly easy fight if you remember the one key thing, and that is kind of be careful after your special 3 attacks to make sure whether he does have a stun on him or not, because that is like the number 1 thing that caught me a couple of times in this video and also like in some failed attempts. So here we got the 13 bleeds. He does get a regen, doesn't get a regen, absolutely does not matter because of our Despair Mastery. It would completely negate any regeneration he gets, and we can just safely mince at him. As you can see there, he has regen active, but he can't heal for anything. So this is a total special 3 bonanza. I don't think there are many other characters in the game who can spam level 3s this kind of frequently and easily, especially like associated with chance to stun opponents. I think that chance to stun opponents is greatly increased if you have Danger Sense active, which we do not against this Wolverine. We're also class disadvantage, so that is hindering our damage output. But if we had Danger Sense active, and if we had like class advantage, or we at least didn't have the disadvantage, I think that this would go a lot faster, because then the bleed damage would increase by a lot, and we would hit harder ourselves. And I believe also that the stun chance on level 3 increases then, and then pretty much every level 3 would stun him. But yeah, as you can see here, Wolverine does not really get much time for anything. So at this point we're at 30%. I believe my slip-ups are coming. I'm gonna make 2 big slip-ups really early on. So yeah, here I eat a combo. I don't know what happened there. It just didn't seem to dash in at time. But that's not a big deal. We got back to our level 3 because while he was hitting us, we were still gaining power because he was bleeding and he was hitting us. So a lot of power. And now I believe there's going to be another slight mishap just in a second. I almost butchered this fight. That would have been annoying because it isn't like a quick fight to do. But yeah, so here we are. Wolverine's at 19%, so we are consistently managing to keep up enough debuffs on Wolverine to keep him completely heal blocked. And yeah, there we ate a level 2, but I believe that's it. It's smooth sailing from now on out. And yeah, so pretty much this shows that 4-star Blade can take on Realm of Legends, Wolverine, easy peasy, no problems. Just need to stay aggressive, spam your level 3s, and you don't even have that bad of a time. Even though this is Impractical video, the fight itself was fairly easy, just because majority of the fight is spent in level 3 animations and with opponent stand. So anyways, that's gonna be more or less it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to check out rest of the fun but impractical videos. Also check out the giveaway that's active on the channel, and I will say goodbye to you guys. See ya.